My Lords, in the new plan for immigration and in the briefings for this bill, the government has argued repeatedly that the existing asylum and refugee system is weighted against vulnerable women. The Home Secretary has repeatedly made the point that the large majority of channel crossings are by men under 40, for example. Given this, there might be some expectation that the bill might contain some good news or ambitions on the part of the government for better reaching and helping the women and girls who make up 50% of the world's refugees and displaced people. Unfortunately, I don't really see any such commitments, and as a sting in the tail, in clause 31 and 32, we find proposals that would seem to significantly disadvantage women further. I won't repeat, but I do endorse the arguments already made that it is already disproportionately difficult for women, particularly survivors of gender-based violence, to have their claims for refugee protection status correctly determined. Clause 31 can only exacerbate this situation, and that's a disaster for many vulnerable women. That's also true, unfortunately, of Clause 32, and I'm very grateful to Baroness Lister for laying out so clearly what the issue here is, and I'm very pleased to add my name to support her amendment 105. Again, I've got no wish to take up time repeating the arguments, but it is critical to reiterate the point that the particular social group reason is an essential lifeline for survivors of sexual and gender-based persecution who are not otherwise covered by race, religion, nationality or political opinion in the reasons set out in the 1951 Convention, as we've heard from other noble lords. I will listen closely to the Minister's response on this, but it's very difficult to see justification for this move, which goes in the face of existing legal practice and which is so important for these survivors. My Lords, many of my best memories of this place came during last year's excellent debates on the Domestic Abuse Bill, now Act, which really showed politics in its best light. And I know that this is a cause which is taken seriously by the government. But it does seem that when it comes to migrant women, there is a blind spot. We'll discuss this again on later amendments, including my friend, the Right Reverend Prelate, the Bishop of London's forthcoming amendment of 140. But I want to end on a plea to the Minister to look again at these clauses, and if these amendments are not the right ones, to present others that will look to ensure that vulnerable women are not further disadvantaged by this change.